Good evening, dear Foxians and all viewers watching Fogsi Gyan Pravah, the stream of knowledge, the flow of inspiration podcast series, the Foxy Presidential Initiative by our dynamic and visionary President Foxy, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar, Madam. Myself, Dr. Jyoti Banglowala, Chairperson of Ethics and Medical Legal Committee of Foxy, today your host for episode number 97th of podcast series. I welcome you all. For today's Gyan Pravah, we have remarkable personality, none other than Mr. Moin Malik, a guest who is a professional golfer, but side by side, he is a renowned philanthropist, and topic for today is sports and philanthropy role in mental health. This is actually burning topic. Everybody is wanting the actually best of the physical health, best of the mental health, but they are actually not doing anything to do best for the mental health. Being one of the most spiritual personality I am knowing, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar, Madam, and the other Mr. Moin Malik. That today I am so blessed to having two most spiritual personality I am knowing. Our President, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar, Madam, she is creating smart goals for us, guiding us, and very inclusive to give us all equal opportunities. Thank you, Madam. Thank you for bestowing this opportunity of Gyan Pravah. Here we are not talking only the theoretical part of the science, theoretical part of our gynec practice. We are talking about many other subjects which are very useful for our viewers. May it be gynecologists, may it be other viewers. Welcome you, Madam. Just for a formal introduction, the Madam is so actually not willing every time we are giving introduction, but this podcast series is going to YouTube and every time we have to give just formal introduction. Madam, please allow me. Madam is the head of the department and chief of IVF and Endoscopy Center, Ruby Hall Clinic, Pune. She is founder and medical director of Solo Clinic IVF, a center for excellence in infertility, Pune. She is co-founder and medical director of Alive, a stem cell research and application center of Pune. She is president at present, Foxy President 2025 and president-elect for ISAR 2024.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you. Today is your day with Mr. Moin Malik, and I'm so glad that I'm here on this platform. Let's not introduce me. We better give maximum time in a dialogue, but I don't know how to pronounce Malak.
Malak. It's Malak, ma'am.
So, sir, I have read your biodata and officially it is a Jyoti's chance to introduce you. But let me tell you, spirituality, sports coming together and taking you ahead. When I came to know, I was very, very glad and I was eager to meet you also. This Gyan Pravah podcast series is done by our committee chairpersons. In Foxy, we have a 30 committee chairperson pan-India. And every committee chairperson has been given one day of every month. The same date, same time, they will be with the different faculty where they have a dialogue, they interact, they bring out the best from the faculty or for the need for the society. Because it is going on a YouTube, which may be, the viewers may be doctors or may not be the doctors. So I think it's a very useful, and believe me, I am enjoying. I join every day at 8 o'clock with you all, and then I go on a viewer's link. Believe me, the way these chairpersons are taking interviews, they are our future leaders. The way they are interacting, it's fun to watch them, but at the same time, the amount of knowledge and the personalities I meet, everyone asks me, don't you think so, to join every day at 8 p.m. is a very much taxing for you on 365 days. Believe me, I'm enjoying because every day I get to hear, I get to interact the best personality in the country or outside. And it's always pleasure. We'll learn a lot from you all with this dialogue, with this podcast. So thank you so much for accepting her invitation and being on a Foxy platform for this wonderful podcast. Thank you.
My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam. Now I'm going to do the formal introduction of today's guest, Mr. Moin Malik. He has privilege of playing for our Indian national golf team and also the honor of captaining our team to victory in Pakistan. Winner of the amateur title in Indian Open and Asian Tour event. Invited to compete at the inaugural Asian Amateur Championship in China based of world rankings. Recipient of the Gerald Hall Sportsmanship Award. This is the highest collegiate award in the USA. Being the president of Mehdibag Youth Club, the purpose of which is the youth development, social service, by being the volunteer group for Mehdibag Philanthropic Foundation. He is now full-time involved in the social and philanthropic activities with focus on promoting brotherhood and harmony across all sections of society. Actually, he is professionally trained in the, it is not like he's just going to play the golf and just started playing. He is professional. He did the professional golfer career college education in Temecula, California, USA, and awarded a specialized associate degree in professional golf management. He actually won many of award and he captained many times, and he is master in the golf course designing project and redesigning of East Point Golf Club Vizag in 2009 also done by him. He was the ranking third on the Indian Order of Merit before he turned in the professional golfer. We invite you, Mr. Moin Malik, for sake of our convenience of the talking. Can I ask you to say Moin Bhai Saab? So just this is the very formal introduction, and this is the sports and mental health, sports and philanthropy, sports, philanthropy and mental health. Actually, the community you belong it is the only community in the India who is residing in the community living. We all are being the other community, other religions. We are living in the other states, other cities, colonies. But this particular community is residing with each other in same place. This is also having a good mental, actually, impact on the good mental health. That's why I want to ask you a few questions later on. How this religion, how this sports, how this philanthropic activity actually affects the mental health. So welcome you, Mr. Moin. And
Thank you.
from the Foxy, actually this is the madam's initiative of Know Your Number and Sampurna Swasth Janma Abhiyan. I just want to take your kind attention. Being in doctor's family, being so many doctors in our own community, your community, we just having this Know Your Number means from birth, the ladies, the girl should know her numbers. These numbers are weight, BP, sugar. These are the things.
Hemoglobin and hemoglobin.
And hemoglobin. So can I just ask one favor? Whenever we are having so many camps in Mehdibag, you are conducting so many health camps in Mehdibag time to time. Next time you have to just conduct one Know Your Number. So each and every lady
So next time he has to give a call to Jyoti, and Jyoti will organize the.
Because Madam, sir is
definitely.
organizing so many health camps. But this is actually this Know Your Number is we are getting so huge data for our own people. When you are saying we are creating passport for going to USA or UK, why should not we create one passport for every girl, every lady?
Wow.
And at least she should know basic things about her health. Second is the Sampurna Janma Abhiyan. This is the preconceptional care for all the ladies. It is the preconceptional counseling for the ladies. So I am just taking this advantage of being in the platform.
Let's not bombard him with this all.
No.
We are coming out with a concept that every pregnancy should be planned pregnancy. So the lady should be physically and mentally fit. She should take folic acid 3 months, which plays a very important role in avoiding the morbidity in the child. And then she should plan the pregnancy. That is also woman empowerment. So that's a totally different subject. I wish you all the best, Jyoti, for your podcast, and I'm sure it will be one of the rocking podcasts of yours.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Lovely
Thank you,
meeting.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you too, ma'am.
So shall we proceed for question answer session, Moin Bhai sir?
Sure, sure. ma'am.
So first we just start with the sports. Just like you are being a big sportsman, how did you first get into the golf? And what kept you motivated to pursue it professional? Because golf is actually very, very unique sort of game. We are seeing just cricketers, footballers, but we very less people they are going in the professional golf. Though they are actually just for the sake of playing, they are playing, but not in the professional golf. So how did you just first think about going in the professional golf?
Yeah, actually, my whole sports career, uh, all the credit actually goes to my father, Mr. Amiruddin Malak, who is also our spiritual guru of our community. Uh, I have a little bit of a history, medical history as well, that happened with me when I was about 5 years old. I went through the GB Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I was paralyzed waist below. So at that time, my grandfather was also there, and he immediately took me to the hospital, and I got treated for it. But then the doctor's diagnosis was, you'll be lucky if he can walk again on his own. But it's purely the perseverance and the hard work of my grandfather and my father. I not only started to walk, but my father turned me into a sports person. So he said, "Ke theek hai, agar if it's ke he took it up as a challenge. Ke doctors bol rahe ke he can only walk. I'll make him into a sports person where he can run and do everything. Where fitness is so important." So as a youngster, I started with tennis in Nagpur because in those days golf really actually nobody knew golf. But then later on, golf started in Nagpur, and I slowly shifted from tennis to golf. I used to play tennis on the state level and national level as well for school and all. But then I got the opportunity to go to the US on an exchange program after 10th. And there I played tennis and golf both for the school team. And I won awards for both the sports. But then that's in the US, that's where I shifted my focus from tennis to golf, and I enjoyed playing golf more. Then I took lessons, then I came back, and then eventually I studied professional golf management from the US because at that time in 2003, the facilities which were available in Nagpur weren't weren't up to the mark. So when I went to the US and came across this course, it felt like a very nice thing to do. So I stayed there for about 2 years. I studied, I played, I took lessons, and then obviously I wanted to come back to India and compete on the tour. So that's how these interests developed, and I came back. I started competing, and then I got selected for our Indian team. I got the privilege to captain it. So the whole credit for me coming into sports, everything goes to my father. He's the one who just took me throughout the journey.
Yes,
So
actually, very often, actually, everybody is saying golf is a mental game, but golf is a mental and physical game also. Because you need a physical, actually, endurance, good physical
right,
endurance for the golf also. And there are so many training regime for this thing also. So, any particular thing you are following? Because as we know, our spiritual guru, His Highness Maulana Sahab, he's so actually not for you, for all the kids in the Mehdi Bagh, every boy and girl, he actually always says to just go for the sports, go for the studies, go for actually all the extracurricular activities which can enhance the personality. So there must be some training regime for from home also and from your coaches also. So is there any specific thing you want to highlight?
well, what I've realized now, one confession which I would also make is, though knowing fitness is a big aspect, see in any sport, fitness and mental fitness both are equally important. I have sort of neglected my physical fitness for most of my career, and due to which actually I suffered injuries as well. Uh, but what I've noticed is a lot of people, especially in sports, they focus so much on physical fitness that they have stopped actually playing the sport or taking care of their mental side as well. So fitness, yes, you definitely need to a certain extent, but if you go, beyond, then it might actually harm you as well. And what they've always said is fitness mostly helps you so that you can extend your athletic life. Like you can play for a longer period, because if you're not fit, if you're not flexible, you're liable to get injured, and that's what cuts down any sports person's career. So yeah, fitness is very important, not just for strength but for longevity of your career.
So actually, there must be so many challenging part in your professional golfer career. Previously, you are the ranking third, and then you debut in the professional golfing. So there must be some difference. There must be some difference. There must be some challenges. And being in Nagpur, traveling so much to the golf, where the golf courses are, this is also actually leaving the family behind, leaving the studies, because there are we are seeing there are so many gaps in studies, there are so many gaps with the family gatherings. You have to suffer in the other aspect, in the social aspect also. So any such challenges which as a professional golfer you faced, or such incidences when you want to play but that time your physical endurance or some other problems are prevailing?
Definitely, and especially with golf, when the season is going in full swing. Like I've been out of my home for almost 4 weeks, 5 weeks in a row, because back-to-back matches, and a golf tournament is played for 4 days, and then two practice rounds, and then travel in between. So if there are back-to-back matches, you are out for those many weeks. So it takes a lot when you're traveling, and especially traveling out of a suitcase, because those few clothes you keep wearing over and over. Of course, you have your friends, your camaraderie, all those things are there. But when you have a family, when you have children, it becomes that much more difficult. And especially for me, being connected with such a big community and community members, it became even more difficult to stay away from home, from the community, from all the people. But that is something. Uh, those are a few sacrifices one needs to make if they want to make a career. But obviously, there was a balance. There were times and occasions in the community which were more important. So I left the tournaments. I didn't play them. So you have to keep that balance is very important. You can't just focus on one thing 100% and neglect, because life is part and parcel of so many different aspects. There are so many facets to life. So family life, community life, our own career, so on and so forth. So unless there is a balance between all of them, it becomes difficult. So I was able to manage most of it, but then I was mostly homesick. So after a while, I shifted back to Nagpur. I had actually shifted to Pune for my career in golf. But then when the children grew up, we came back to Nagpur, and we felt I'll be able to do it from Nagpur, but it was even more difficult. And turning professional, like as you said, from amateur to professional, the level just rises from here to there, because everyone is dedicated. And professional golf and amateur golf, the main thing is, in professional golf you get paid prize money. In amateur golf, there's no prize money. So when people are playing golf for a living, that's when they turn professional. So it's just that much difficult as far as competition is concerned. So yes.
Yes, actually, your siblings are also playing golf, and you must be actually you can differentiate between the person who is playing golf and who is not playing golf. In other words, the person who is into the sports and the person who is not into the sports. So how does you define that sports affect the mental health?
Um, Sports, because see, like everyone knows, sports is in golf. It is said it is 90% mental and 10% physical, which is actually true because we've seen all like great golfers in all shapes and sizes. Not all of them have been real fit athletes.
Yeah.
So that proves that it has a lot to do with the mental side. Now, golf as a game is such a unique game because it sort of emulates our life in 4 hours, because the ups and downs we go through when we play a game of golf, like the bad shots we hit. Sometimes we get a good break. Sometimes we hit a good shot and we get a bad break. So such is true in life as well. So we go through that cycle, and how we address each and every situation. Do we get angry? Do we get frustrated? Or do we stay calm, take proper decisions? Sometimes we know it's not possible to hit a good shot or to the green. So uh, we'll lay up, like in golf. If we lay up, we're actually losing a shot. But if we don't do that, we might lose many more points. So those are the risks you can take, or you can play it safe. So all these things, when we actually go through life, these are actual situations which we face in our life as well. So that is the unique thing which is only there in golf. And golf is not a reactive game. Because in every other sport, if a bowler is bowling, I have to react. In a tennis player, I have an opponent. What shot he hits, I have to react. In golf, the ball is there. I have to take the initiative. So it becomes even more difficult mentally. So now, looking at all these things, the mental side of it, uh, and also another thing which sports teaches us is the sportsmanship side of it. And when we look at sportsmanship, it's about our values. Actually, sportsmanship is all value based. It has nothing to do with our skill set or how talented we are. It's about our integrity, our conduct, our mutual respect with our rivals. See, like the best rivalry which we can talk about is the one between Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Even though they are die-hard rivals on the court, but they are the best of friends, or they have that utmost respect for each other. Now, all these things have nothing to do with how good they are as a player. This is all the mental side of it. So when you get into sports, you need to develop these things, because at any level when we compete, like if I am competing at the international level, yeah, मैं मोहल्ले में, if I'm playing with my friends, generally I'm playing with people who are of the similar caliber. So the skill set and the talent is the same. But why is it that some people always keep winning and some people can never win? So that is only because of the mental strength that one can have. And in sports, when we talk about mental health and sports psychology, the one thing which is taught uh, to us is only focus and control the controllable and let go of the uncontrollables. Now, what that means is, say, like in golf, there are many aspects that affect our game, like wind, rain, the players we are playing with. I may not like the person I'm playing, or sometimes I get some good friends I'm playing with. So if I don't like someone, I'm already agitated. So there, my mental balance is already gone. If I hit a good shot, if suddenly there's a wind and the ball wavers, so the wind is not in my hands. A referee, if he gives a good or a bad decision, that's not in my hands. The only thing which I have, which I can control, is how I react to these situations. So that is what comes in when we talk about controlling the controllables and letting go of the uncontrollables. So all these things, if you become a sports person and if you are winning, you have to have these qualities in you to not get affected. Otherwise, there are players who are going to, slide you off your mental game, and they know they've won it. So, like there is a very good story also of I'm sure you must have heard of a monk who goes out into lake to meditate in a boat, and he's meditating for a long time, and suddenly he feels a bump, a jerk to his boat, and he becomes angry inside, and he's almost ready to open his eyes and yell because he thought there is another boatman who's come and bumped him. But when he opens his eyes, he finds out it's an empty boat. Koi chala nahi raha hai, it's just wavered and naturally it bumped him. So that's when he realized that this anger or this emotion that rose inside of him, had nothing to do with someone else. So he could have controlled it and he could have kept on meditating, but instead he fell for it. So these are the type of emotions one goes through, and one learns if he's playing a sport, any sport. So that is why sports is important for everyone to play, because it teaches a lot of mental strength, which helps in any facet of our life.
Actually, we always see the sports person, he is always having a very reduced reaction time. He actually is, it is not like the sports person will react so fast. Actually, the
Right.
clinical person will react so fast. Actually, the sports person is having so focused. It actually sports enhancing the focus also, and the brain is so trained that it is not deviated or distracted. So whenever we see the people who are so focused, so composed, so calm, there is so good actually role of the sports. Even if he or she is playing in the school level, even if he or she playing in the gully mohalla or ghar ke garden mein, but this makes you actually to your brain is minimizing all the distraction. Even you are playing
Absolutely.
badminton with your kids, it is actually you are focusing on the just shuttlecock and everything is, you are not distracted by any other thing. So
Correct.
just say, being a gynecologist, we usually come across all the girls. We usually say them to just go for the sports or for the exercises. So what do you think that what role does physical activity play in improving women's mental health? And how can more women be encouraged to engage in exercise? Though I just want you to give example of Mehdi Bagh Youth Club and Mehdi Bagh facilities to all our viewers, because this is something when we engage our women in the physical or mental exercises, or we encourage them for exercising, walking, what sort of improvement we can see in them.
So there is a famous saying which we all know: healthy body, healthy mind. So when we are talking about mental health, obviously we are talking about healthy mind. And to develop a healthy mind, one definitely needs a healthy body. And this is something which we highly practice in Mehdi Bagh, and we promote it. So that is why we hold sports meets, sports tournaments for a child, ladies, boys, gents, elder people. We involve each and every person to compete. We'll have cricket matches, volleyball, throw ball, football, table tennis, every sort of sport activities we do. We have competitions, so that encourages them to practice the rest of the year so they can win the tournament, or keep them active. Then we do a lot of community service where we actually have to physically go and do the things which in today's world is very common to hire someone and get it done. But we do these things for two reasons. One, obviously, the community service, but the second also to develop the habit of doing things by our own self. Whenever we engage in any physical activity, it helps to improve our physical fitness. And when we get engaged in any type of activity, we are engaging our mind. And especially things like these now, actually, this is where community service or philanthropic activities also play a very big role, is because when we engage in any type of activity, and we engage in an activity where it is not for our own self, it is for someone else. So when our mind engages in such things, it just develops, it grows. Uh, so that is where mental fitness, or that is how we have been able to help people in Medibag community uh, with physical fitness and mental health.
Actually, in the not this our Mehdibag community, it is actually we are so much learned people. We are the cream of the society in one term of education. Nobody is not just high school pass. We can say it is a everybody I see is the postgraduate or PhD or something like that. But there are so many other communities where there are so many challenges the women are facing. There are so many societal pressures and discrimination about if women are facing the mental health problems issues. So how can any community can combat with these issues of women, particularly women? Because if man is having some problem, ऐसे हिंदी में या मराठी में बोल सकते पागल है छोड़ दो. But if the woman is facing some mental health issues, the society actually discriminates, society actually cornered that woman, the families actually cornered that woman. So how this community services or how can any community address this challenge of our women, the mental health?
Uh, Actually, I know this is a valid question, and this happens a lot in the society, but it's difficult for me to even think of it, because this is something which actually doesn't exist in our community since the beginning, because there has always been equal responsibility, equal opportunity given to women as much as men, or rather, I would say, in many ways, women have bigger responsibilities and bigger roles to play. Um, I mean, we do see it in families that mothers play a big role. So similarly, in our community, so many projects, so many uh, work is are done by the ladies of our community. You know, they take care of um so many aspects. So the responsibility is given to them, and whatever they do, uh, men follow them, and they have to. So you know, that is giving them empowerment, or giving them that authority to take the decisions, because there are uh, many areas where women are are better equipped to take the decisions. Like there are so many things where men may be better equipped to take the decision, but so sharing those responsibilities and giving it to the women, why not? And if there are any problems, uh, if it's a problem, it needs curing. So why should someone be segregated or not taken care of? If like especially in our community, everyone is for everyone. So if there is a problem with anyone, unless all of us resolve it, everybody's uncomfortable. So we will definitely do whatever to help the person. Then it may be a lady, it may be a man, it may be a child. So we have actually never ever thought of any type of inequality where there is this question of man or a woman. It's never existed in our community. So it's very difficult to actually put myself in a situation or in a society where this discrimination happens, even though we do see it outside, but it's not the right way to do it.
Actually, I can just say this particular Mehdi Bagh model or this approach, the religious leaders and institutions, they have to be trained themselves to just promote the women education or more participation in the all the activities, household or outside the house, or just making the career. Just Actually, everything is connected to religion also. When some religious preacher or some religious guru is saying something, everybody is listening. Everybody is listening, everybody is following. If I am following some guru and he is saying, no, Dr. Jyoti, this is not right, this is right, I have to follow this because I am this disciple of that guru. So, in my opinion, just this religious actually they are having a good role, though I don't want to say sometimes they fail to do so, but actually these religious leaders and institution, they are having the main role to just put everything in their women or in their man's mind. What I am seeing here in Nagpur, what I am seeing, the equal opportunity is bestowed and equally monitored also. There must be and there should be some fear of our gurus that if we do wrong, there is someone who is seeing us. There is someone who guided us differently, but we are doing sorry, different. So this is for the community level. And just I want to know this: how can communities support members in settling or setting the achievement on the personal level? So personal development goals. Actually, there is a big community. Let it be just in the social way. There's a big community in Nagpur, or you can say Indore, or Bhopal, or Mumbai. We are actually leading, just like being gynecologist, I am leading some Indore society. The all are not same. There are few girls, there are few doctors, they are better than the other as an academic career, better surgeon than others. So how we support them, how the community support to achieving the personal goals. When we see the some person is having the specifically more qualities than the other. Is there any problem we are facing when we supporting the some special person and we are not supporting the other one? Because the leaders they face such type of problem. आप inclusive नहीं है या आप सबको equal opportunities नहीं दे रहे हैं. तो first you are giving the equal opportunities, then you are seeing equal opportunity तो दे दी है, but this 2% they are actually scoring the goals. So how we can actually support such members?
I think one mindset which all of us have is the mindset of competition. जहाँ पे ऐसा है कि I am only successful if I am the best. But that is not actually the case, because I am successful if I have actually helped many people succeed, or if I have helped someone to become number one, or help them grow. In my eyes, because this is the teachings which we have got in our community, that a successful person is the one who has made so many other people successful. If I'm the only number one and successful person, and if I don't look out for others, that isn't real success. That is absolutely a selfish way of looking at things. So in this way, whenever we talk about a community or a society or a group of people, when we get together, if there is someone who is falling short, everyone should feel that pinch, that unless and until we try to help that person come up to whatever the best capacity that person can, we should help them, because obviously everyone has their own challenges. Not everyone can rise up to that same level because of their different mental skills or physical skills, or there are so many different aspects. But the best that a person can achieve, we should always help. That is maybe that is the way to treat it.
Actually, you are doing so many philanthropic activities just to maintain the brotherhood among the community, outside the community, in the vulnerable group of societies. And we are seeing you doing so since so many years. You are just following path of your grandfather, father. So, though we are facing challenges, but don't you think this philanthropic activity, if each and everybody is involving in this activity, this actually enhances your mental ability to cope up with some problems when you are facing, or it is good for mental health?
Absolutely. See, To become mentally strong, there are many things. Like we just spoke about sports, how sports can help us become mentally strong. Uh, Similarly, there are so many other aspects, careers or whatever job we might do or things we can do, which can make us mentally strong. But the one thing which philanthropy offers, which nothing else can, is the mental peace, the contentment, the satisfaction. You know, philanthropy brings forth a meaning to our life. You know, when we do something to help others, it suddenly brings, that satisfaction, that contentment that nothing else has ever given. Uh, Also, how it really helps with our mental health is, see, in today's world, everything is about I, me, my space, my career, my life, my job. Everything is about me. Even to the extent where, especially in the Western world, where when when children go to meet their parents, they don't even stay at their houses. They prefer staying at a hotel because they want their privacy. अब like in India, अगर हम parents को मिलने जा रहे हैं, तो obviously we are going to spend time with our parents in their home. You know, पूरा साल भर तो they are leading their own private life. So when you go to meet your parents, even then, if you need privacy, then you know what is left. So in the Western world, everything is so individual and self-centered. So they get into this, all these issues that come up, anxiety, depression, so on and so forth. But when we are doing philanthropy, we are not doing anything for ourselves. We are doing it for someone else. We are doing it to help them, to uplift them. So the feelings or the emotions that philanthropy inculcates in a person, uh, you suddenly realize that our problems are so insignificant and so small when we look at people who are really suffering. They have so many difficulties. Still, you see a smile on their face, and we have so much and everything. Still, we are always sad or cribbing or complaining about things. So these are the things that social service, philanthropy, this takes care of all those things. So in our community, that is the reason why since since childhood we promote each and every small child to get involved in all the philanthropic activities that we do. You know, they will come, they will help in any capacity. They will take care of the patients whenever we hold medical camps. So we get them involved specially so that these type of things inculcate from into their lives since a small age. And
Actually,
being sorry,
ne-
uh, being being a spiritual community, one of the greatest things which we feel is uh, to serve God. Uh, when you ask how can we serve God, the simplest answer is to serve God is to serve His creation, and serving His creation, includes each and every one of us. So that is why philanthropy to us is very important.
actually, there are so much hue and cries for the philanthropy activity. We are saying people are making NGOs doing nothing. They are just getting the grants from the government, and merely we are seeing them doing something. They're just coming to our hospitals or our area just with a banner. They are just putting the banner, clicking 2 or 3 pictures, and they are going. This is not actually the philanthropic activity. This is actually inside our own heart. If we are doing something, a little bit thing we can do for someone is a philanthropic activity. Sometimes we are seeing in the school, when in the bigger school nowadays, in the school they are giving punishment of just going one day for the ICU. And I am seeing nowadays this is a trending in Indore. If you are doing some mistake in school, the teacher is saying just go to this ICU duty of so hospital and just come back. We have seen those girls, those boys actually changed a bit. They are seeing the near death patient in ICU. They are seeing doctors are struggling. They are seeing there's so much pain in the basically in the government hospital. They're always flooded. When we are sending some student to government hospital, if he or she is able to resist for 6 or 7 hours in the hospital, actually they just can feel the feeling of isolation. They can just feel how this society group is the vulnerable or the marginalized. As a human, as a doctor, or as a common man, what everybody can do for this vulnerable group of people or the marginalized group of people, because many times we just saying many things on the platform like this, but at time when we see our own mates, we see our own sisters in the hospital, we feel something is wrong. पर क्या करें, कुछ नहीं कर सकते, चलते हैं घर. This is the thing actually. This practice is so bad. हमने एक ना एक बार ऐसा किया ही होगा, आज टाइम नहीं है, छोड़ो, रो रही है, रोने दो. So what do you actually just suggest to the people who are suffering from this mental health issues, and they are feeling that they are isolated, and being a very spiritual personality, being a very learned person, you can just feel that this person is isolated, this is very at the very vulnerable stage. What sort of steps you have, we have to take for that person, basically if she's girl?
Probably the first step which starts is to just sit down and, talking to them and asking them what they're feeling, what their problem is. Let them build a trust where they can open up and tell you what they're going through, because what we imagine and what the reality is are all most of the times not the same. So we have a lot of preconceived notions, or we think something, we have, some thoughts about a person, फिर ये ऐसा होगा, ये वैसा होगा, and we just assume, but we really don't know the truth, and we don't know the journey they're going through. So I think the first step is just to sit down with the person, just listen to them. That's the start, to just listen. And many times one has seen that just letting them outpour their heart is enough for them to come out of that situation. They just don't have someone to talk to. So listening to them, one, and then, either you have a solution, or then you try to help them find a solution, because there are, in today's time, there are experts in every field for everything. So to guide them, help them, take small steps. Many times we, come across people and give them solutions which are so out of reach, which are not possible for them. So it becomes difficult. कि ठीक है, ये इतना बोल के गया, how will I do it? But just guiding them to take those small, baby steps, one by one. I think that's probably how we can help them.
Don't you think this sports period or some philanthropic activity should be in the curriculum? Because nowadays, from the 8th or 9th standard, the girl or boy, they are just going to coaching classes. Since 6 a.m. morning to 6 p.m. evening, they are in the coaching classes, just struggling with the studies, just competing with their other students. And we are not inculcating the good values in them. We are just pushing them in the rat race, actually. So don't you think there must be a role of sports classes, or there must be some philanthropic activity? Because when we were kids, हमको स्पोर्ट्स पीरियड अटेंड करना बहुत जरूरी रहता था. मे इट बी खो खो और कबड्डी, वॉट एवर, देर आर सो लिमिटेड स्पोर्ट्स इन आवर जनरेशन. एंड इवन दो फिलांथ्रोपिक एक्टिविटी भले ही वो हमको 2 बार महीने में एक ही बार ले जाते थे, बट they used to take us to the blind school for food distribution. They take us to the Vradhashram. So nowadays everything is actually vanishing by the increasing the competition level of students. Don't you think being a youth leader or being this Mehdibag Youth Federation, you are just the leader for this good organization? Don't you think we all have to just put one letter to our bureaucrats or our political leaders for this? because आप खुद देख सकते हैं अभी nowadays we are seeing there is so much very less patience in our own kids. The patience level we are having, they are not having. The respect level which we are having, they are just little lacking in that particular level, just because we cannot actually deny the role of schools. The kid, the child, the girls, the boys, they are actually staying in the school 8 to 9 hours. Then they stay in the coaching classes for 4 to 6 hours. So there is a very little bit time parents are having to just institute the moral values. And most of the time parents सोचते हैं बहुत थक गया है आज तो उसको सोने दो कल बात करते हैं. And the things are going actually आगे बढ़ती जाती हैं. So is there any plan of action you just thinking to just taking with other people's?
ऐसे कोई प्लान तो कभी ऐसे सोचा नहीं to
Okay, so
to
you
approach
are
either.
having we are seeing Maulana Sahib, and you are actually this college, you are having so many projects in the college for the vulnerable group. We are seeing so many projects going on in the Mehdi Bagh group, but we are doing in हम हमारे vicinity में ही करते हैं. Many times we are doing so much good work, but we are not actually able to tell rest of the society members that this can be a good model for our own people. Like this Know Your Number or Swasth Janma Abhiyan or Sampurna, this projects. We all are knowing this government is doing this project. Government is doing this Nana anemia bhagao. Everything is there. वो गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में होता है 2-3 दिन उसको साल में एक बार कोई डे मनाते हैं एंड इट ends. But when this like our organization, when they are taking this as a lead project, now each and every doctor of Gynec Federation, this year they are doing Know Your Numbers or Sampurna Janma Abhiyan. Each and every patient we are just making sure कि आपको ये 4 नंबर मालूम होना चाहिए, आपको प्री कंसेप्शनल काउंसलिंग करना ही है, स्वस्थ जन्म अभियान है आपको ये करना ही है. So like this mental health is also actually a big issue, and we are knowing that sports plays a pivotal role, this philanthropy activity, the moral values by parents or teachers. So don't you think we should have a plan like this to just push through all the people to go by this?
Yes, the one way which we are trying to handle this situation with our children is we have our own internal school in our community, which happens twice a week. It's more like a religious school, but through that we focus a lot on values. Basically, everything that you said, respect, patience, and all those virtues that one, a good human being needs to have. So through that, we try to get them engaged, give them activities where they actually put it into their daily routine. They have to respect elders, they have to respect parents, peers, even younger people. You just because you are elder doesn't mean you can be disrespectful to the younger people. So these type of values or teachings we do try to inculcate in our youngsters. So, but I think as societies, because when we live in a community where we are bound by our faith, we are bound by our spiritual head whom we follow. I think everyone has a society or a community of their own, maybe big, it may be small. But when people take up that social responsibility amongst themselves and everybody is aware today that this is a big issue, even if 3 families or 4 families or 10 families come together and they just focus on it, where we are focusing on the value system, we can help each other out. Because what we also face is बच्चों को पेरेंट्स जो बताते हैं वो बच्चे फॉलो नहीं करते, बट वो सेम चीज टीचर ने बोला या किसी और ने बोला, इट हैज अ बिग इम्पैक्ट ऑन देम. सो एंड दिस इज अ रियलिटी. वी कैन डिनाई इट कि नहीं, बट पेरेंट्स को ये रहना ही चाहिए एंड all those things. But if it is an issue, why can I not you know guide someone else's children when I know they will listen to me, and I can have someone else guide my children when I know they may listen to them. So in an atmosphere where each and everyone is out there to help each other, to look after each other, look after their families, this creates an atmosphere where everyone is looking out for someone else. So there are so many other people who are looking out for me. But if I'm looking out just for myself, then no one else is looking out for me.
Yes.
So to create that atmosphere, I think everyone should find their little group, their little communities, their societies, and consciously, try to get rid of these mental issues and inculcate more of these values, because that is what that carries a person through.
Actually, we just talked this your golf career and this philanthropic activities, the mental health issues. The only thing I can say, this actually it runs in the blood. It runs in the blood means if the parents are following something, then they inculcate this thing to their children. So it is not like we are just listening to you and just forget about everything after 1 hour. It is just we have to pick the small thing from the another person, what I can do for my society. If I can do something good for me, for my children, for my husband, but I am living in the society where everything is going bad, there is nothing of the use for me also. If I am doing something good, I have to actually see what the other person is doing. We have to just guide him or her, whatever. And being gynecologist, I can just say we are having so much opportunity to serve the people because we are getting all the pregnant patient with us. The pregnant patient is coming with sas, means mother-in-law and mother, husband, sometimes a whole family, whole गांव आ जाता है उनके साथ पूछने, and they are coming again and again and again. We are getting so much opportunity when we are seeing the husband is smoker or alcohol consumption is there or some other mental health issues are going on. It is not like we are getting the fees from that person. Just when we are seeing our patient is sitting there and it may be a case of domestic violence, it may be a case of something else. They are actually not, she's not getting appropriate respect in her. There are ways the gynecologists usually do. They usually we see the most of the time gynecologists actually counseling ही करती रहती है. The mother-in-law काम से बहू तो सोती रहती है, pregnant हो गई, सो ही रही है, काम नहीं करती. So we have to counsel the mother-in-law. Then we have to counsel the daughter-in-law. So these things are actually, we have to think that what we can do for the society. And you are the actually living example. I am knowing you since last 33 years. I am seeing you doing all the good things. We are actually looking to you, looking up to you, what sort of thing we can do under your guidance. And that's why this podcast series, I just wanted everybody should know that in our small community, with the religious faith, Geo or Gino do is the very old version. What I saw in you, Geo or Gine do और दूसरों को जीने के लिए help भी करो. So that's something. This is nobody actually was believing that a professional golfer can do the philanthropic activity. The professional golfer can be a religious leader. So thank you, Moin Bhai, for being here and just being our guest and accepting this invitation.
My
Just
pleasure.
a word, what your take-home message for our audiences for this issue?
I think the last message, actually, there is a very famous saying which I can quote, is which is also written in the hall of UN, United Nations. It is written that I don't remember the exact wordings, but I'll explain what it means. Is it says that the whole of humanity is one body of a person. So if I feel pain in my smallest finger, the whole of my body feels the pain. So the same is with the whole of humanity. So even if one person is suffering or going through pain, and if I don't feel that pain, I'm not worthy of being called a human being. So we need to feel the pain that other people are paying or are feeling, and we need to take care of that pain. If I get injured in any part of my body, I will obviously take care of it, because until I do it, the whole of my body keeps feeling that same pain. So this message to humanity, because we are all one, we are all brothers in humanity. So we need to feel this emotion that each and every one of us, no matter which religion or what color skin or where we live, but ultimately we are all the creation of God. We are all brothers in humanity. So it is our responsibility to take care of each other as we do of our own children, of our own parents. So I think if that's something which each person can think or ponder upon and act on it, world can be a different place. So.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We are the blessed one to have you today. And I am the blessed one to know you and to means connected with you and Monana-san. Thank you. And I wish each and every viewer who is actually listening, who is seeing, just he or she can do just a little bit of it. What you have said, what you have suggested, the world will be the more prettier, more beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.